Good. Thanks.
Hello and welcome Toastmasters and guests to the Technopark Toastmasters Chapter Meeting 53. I'm Rajeswari and I will be the surgeon at AMS for the day. Toastmasters International is a non-profitable organization started by Raj C. Methley to promote public speaking. Let me quote the mission of a Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are some ground rules which we need to follow during the meeting. Number 1, please refrain from making any reference to religion, politics, and sex in your speeches, which may hurt others' sentiments. Number 2, please turn off all the noise-making devices like mobile phones or put them in silent mode. And rule number 3 is avoid talking when someone is speaking. And the final one, considering the virtual setup, please ensure that you mute yourself if you are not speaking. I request all the guests to put their names in the meeting chat to introduce yourself, your name, your organization, and how you came to know about the meeting. If you are interested in joining the club, you may stay back after the meeting and reach out to us. Once again, I welcome all of you to the Toastmasters meeting of Technopark Toastmasters Club. Now I welcome our President Prakash to open the meeting. Over to you, Prakash, Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Sergeant at AMS, for that welcome. My dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning. Let me welcome all of you to Technopark Toastmasters 53rd meeting. The meeting today is going to be really interesting and informative. We have a veteran Toastmaster from Thiruvalla Toastmasters playing the role of GE. Welcome, DTM Johnson Samuel. There is a special education session by Toastmaster Bharatwaj from Goramangala Toastmasters. It is about pathways progress. Toastmaster, welcome Toastmaster Bharatwaj. And today we have a seasoned Toastmaster as TMOD and also an interesting speech by Toastmaster Radhika. We have 2 new members joined our club, Toastmaster Geeta and Anukundan. Let us welcome Toastmaster Geeta and Toastmaster Anukundan. And there are a few more guests today joined in our meeting. Can I ask the guests to introduce yourself? Could you please unmute yourself and talk about yourself in a couple of sentences?
Hello, I am Rajni and I'm working at IBS Trivandrum. And I am a test manager and I've known about Toastmaster. I have attended few of their sessions. Yeah, I would like to improve my communication. That's why I'm over here.
Yeah, welcome, Rajni. You are at the right place.
Thank you.
Good morning, all. This is Harsha here. So I'm working in Infosys right now. And I also have heard about this Toastmasters and have seen in LinkedIn as well. So to improve my communication skills and to be more confident in public speaking, I joined here and hope this will be a great experience for me. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome, Harsha. You can reach out to us or you can stay back after the meeting and we will walk you through the process.
Sure.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Let Priya go ahead, Prakash. Then I'll talk.
No. You can go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Hi, team. Hi, Toastmasters. This is Ajmal. I work with Oracle. I work as a talent advisor. I work in Oracle Trivandrum office. And I was a part of the guest list when I think it's actually the inception of Toastmasters Technopark Club just about 3-4 months back. Since then, I could not join. So it was a longing to join, I should say. So I would be really looking forward to be a part of this Toastmaster community.
Yeah, thank you and welcome, Ajmal. We hope you would join us soon.
Sure.
Priya.
Good morning, all. This is Priya. I work for Allianz. and I'm attending an ALP program through EVIT, and that's how I came to know about this program. And I would like to improve my public speaking skills. That's why I joined this meeting.
Okay, welcome, Priya.
Thank you.
Rani?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rani Vinod, work with Aram. So I'm also part of EVIT. So I have heard of Toastmasters Club, but didn't get a chance to join the meeting yet. So this is my first meeting. So that's about it. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Rani.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Jose Kumar.
Hi, good morning all. I'm Toastmaster Jose Kumar and currently the president of Kottayam Toastmasters Club. Since I am already part of the various WhatsApp group, I came to know about the meeting and I'm just looking forward to see that session taken by the educational session. So just for attending that session, I have been logged into the session today and I'm feeling proud to be part of this meeting. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Toastmaster Jose. It's happy to see you here. Yeah. So with that, let us get into the meeting. The theme today is very interesting. Last minute. And the quote shared by Arathi was, nothing makes a person more productive than the last minute. Made me think about my exam days and I realized how accurate it was. And I am now more convinced that last minute is the way to go. So when you are preparing at the last minute, you don't think about multiple options. The only way you have is you'll always follow the heart. That's what I believe. Because when you don't logically think about the situations, the only option, the heart takes over. I am stopping it here. I'm not getting into the details because today we have a very interesting and seasoned Toastmaster as our TMOD. And in fact, if you look at that, she is the least expected person to talk about this. Toastmaster Arathi is someone who is meticulous in her planning and execution. With a varying interest, arts and crafts, fitness, and music. Apart from that, she is also the assistant vice president of Suntech, and recently won an award from Economic Times for talent management system, I guess. So over to you, Toastmaster Arathi. The stage is yours.
Thank you, President Toastmaster Prakash, for that energetic introduction. I am all charged up and pretty much more because you said I am the least person who would apply to this theme. In fact, the last minute is my favorite line. Now, if it came across to you as I am not a last minute planner, then that is my success. So today's story is all about how to be the last minute planner and yet not let the others know that you are a last minute planner. So jokes apart, anyone in IT can relate to this. Your best output comes at the last minute. And sometimes you wonder if you had a week to plan out things and you had a day to plan out things, the output at the end is more or less the same. But the effort that you put in would be so much more intense and return on value if you do it at the last minute. By the way, I am not a proponent of last minute changes. By zodiac sign, I am a Virgo. A Virgo is a very organized person who does things meticulously, does to have everything planned out. So I am that when it comes to things for everybody else. When I have something to be done for my son, for my husband, I am that Virgo, in and out of Virgo. But when it comes to arranging anything, for instance, I got the general evaluator today morning at 9 a.m. Thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Johnson, sir. Yesterday, I was having a meeting, I was texting lots of people to find a general evaluator because we had a back out. Now, why do I do that in spite of knowing that this is what I do? In fact, I tell my son, I find it very difficult to accept him saying that his homework, his assignment is pushed to the last day of submission. I do not accept it from him. We have a big fight. And for my own exams in BTech, I have studied the best on the previous day. Yet I feel that putting things to the last minute takes you through a lot of stress. It does give you the best. Like very rightly, like our president said, when you are in the pressure of the moment, the intensity with which you do the activity is very high. You would put all your concentration in it. There is no distraction. You do not have time to be distracted. In fact, you're doing it in a very mindful way. And that is the reason why it gets done in a very small amount of time. Of course, we know when we have studied for our exams, 11th hour, we would know that if I just had one more day, I would have cracked this exam like anything, because at the end of that time, you would have covered so much. And had I got one more day, I would have studied double that. But believe me, if you got one more day, you wouldn't even cover 25% of that. We say at work, the work expands to the time given. And that is why we try to give our associates very little time. We make up cooked up deadlines, tell them that what is due for Wednesday is due on Monday, because we want them to put in all their focus and complete activities. Does that affect you? I think pushing everything to the last minute stresses you, but I am also an adrenaline junkie. I like that pressure, the last minute pressure, and when it gets done very successfully, and it's like a roller coaster, then you feel a lot of happiness and probably again adrenaline and oxytocin pushed up into you. Now, with that, I would like to pause a little, and in a round robin method, I would like to invite one or two people to talk in a minute about what you think about, are you a last minuter? Do you push things to the last minute? Can I have a volunteer who can just come and share their view on this topic? Who would like to go? Can I call upon DTM Johnson, sir, to share your thoughts on last minute? Timer, can you please show when 1 minute is up?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Let me share a true story. I'm not so much of the last minute guy, but when it comes to airport and catching flight, I'm a bit of last minute. And sometimes it is blessing, sometimes it is not. Some airlines are very strict, especially international flight. They stop the gate, they close 1 hour. And when they mean 1 hour, it is not like Toastmaster meeting. It is 1 hour exact. So I got bumped a few times, but sometimes it helps you. I was on a long haul flight and I was at the gate, not so much before closing, but a bit late. And I had a confirmed business class, but someone, they want to move from the economy. So I got a free upgrade to a first class. It would not have happened if I would have shown up 3 hours before the flight. So sometimes it works in your favor, but don't make it as a practice. That's what my friendly advice is. In your career, many of you are from the technology backgrounds and planning things ahead. In my entire career, I worked in the planning, but towards my third decade in my career, I was in the long range planning, which is planning for 20 years and 30 years ahead in the oil and gas industry. This is very challenging, but I enjoyed it. So always do entertain or engage and meet with the challenge when you are on the 11th hour or on the last minute, but don't make it as a practice because it can ruin your plan. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Johnson, sir, for sharing your wisdom and your experience. My father is a person who's very keen on being on time. In fact, more on time. So if he has a 30 minutes railway train ride, he would be in the station 2 hours earlier. So it's like, it's more than the planning that he does is more than the actual ride. And you're true about, getting upgraded to the business class. It's for the last person in. So that's nice. I would like to hear one more person share their thought on this. Smita, can I call you? You're grinning away to glory, so I'm sure you have something to share.
Okay, a total 200% last minute person, I would say I am. And just like TM Johnson sir explained, always at the flight, because I always think you don't have to stand in the long queue before getting into the flight. They will wait for you and they will not leave before you get in. So once I was at the airport working till the last minute without knowing and completely unaware that they'd changed the gate to another terminal. And the first thing I did is I called home and I told my husband, if you don't see me at the airport, that means I did not catch the flight. And he said, of course, I know how you are. And it would be completely your mistake that you did not pay attention and you thought everybody will get in and the plane would wait for you. But since then, I've been pretty good. I had to run to the next terminal, take a train to the next terminal, then catch a buggy and beg them to let me in and take me to the gate. And like TM Johnson sir said, I hopped in and the air hostess just closed the door. And 1 minute late and I would not have made it. Since then, I would have changed probably 1%, but again, it is very difficult to change. Always a last minute person. But again, the best preparation always comes with the last minute pressure. Otherwise, it's again, a lot of confusion.
Lovely story, Smita. I also like the takeaway that you did change for some time, but not more than 1%. Which means it's all ingrained into our blood. Yeah. Now, does anyone want to go? This one last person. There is a thought that says that I am keeping it to the last minute because the longer I wait, the older I become. And the more older I become, the more wiser I get. So I'm just waiting to get wiser so that I can do it well. And people like us, like Smita, like Johnson sir and myself, we like to live dangerously. We know that we will crack it. But to our children, but to our nieces and nephews who look up to us, we say, keep your hall tickets ready 2 days in advance. Keep even in the dress that you want to wear to the exam, keep it ready because it could be in the laundry. You need to do that. Look at us. We are always prepared. And sometimes it works, sometimes we can get away with that. With that, I would like to get into the business proceedings of the meeting today. So for the benefit of the guests, Toastmasters meeting is where you can practice your public speaking skills in a very friendly environment. There is no one here who's going to judge you, but we do have evaluators who will give you feedback in a very critical and in a constructive way. The meeting is organized in such a way that there is a series where you can present a speech, a prepared speech that you have already prepared as per the guidelines, and then you get evaluation for that. Today we also have an education session by an invited guest who would tell us about the syllabus of Toastmasters, the pathways, and hold our hands in maneuvering through it. Later, we will get into the evaluation. We would get into the table topic session. That is where everybody can talk. Just like you saw the round robin, everybody can speak about a chosen topic for 2 minutes. This is where the guest can also participate. At the end, we will wind up with an evaluation session because that is where all the learning of the meeting comes in. So we have very esteemed Toastmaster today, distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster is the title that you get in Toastmasters when you have met a lot of criteria. It's the highest level of educational achievement that you can get. And today we have blessed to have Distinguished Toastmaster Johnson Samuel from Thiruvalla Toastmasters as a general evaluator. Now, DTM Johnson is a long-term Toastmasters, a very strong hold in the Middle East as well as now in Kerala. He used to be a mechanical engineer. He is a mechanical engineer by profession and a Toastmaster by passion. He is a project management specialist in the oil and gas industries with over 30 years of experience and won many awards for his project management skills. He's a fellow and chartered engineer with the Institute of Engineers of India. He's also associated with the PMI chapters. Currently, he serves as a president of Thiruvalla Toastmasters Club, and he's also an active member of 2 districts, 2 clubs. I welcome distinguished Toastmaster Johnson as the general evaluator for today, and I request him to introduce his team and explain his role today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Arathi, for the inspirational introduction. Let me, good morning to all the members and guests of Technopark Toastmasters Club. In fact, this is one club I've been thinking for some time to attend. And the reason is I do have a long connection with the Technopark, which some of you may not be aware. My own friend and batchmate was the former CEO a few years ago for the Technopark in the initial stages, Mr. Radhika. And he used to tell us how tough it was in setting up the various organizations and making the Technopark to grow. So there is a long story associated. So I thought maybe one of these days I'll come. And here comes a late night message from your Toastmaster of the Day. And in fact, I had another appointment, a hospital appointment this morning. So I told I may be able to join, but not sure if I can take up a role taker. Speaking in the waiting room in front of a doctor's clinic may not be appropriate. So the people may start looking at me. And so I, luckily or unluckily, the doctor was absent, and I replied back to her around 9 saying that, yes, I am available. And that's where I am here with you, which is one of the happy moments for me, because being part of a group of technologists and Technopark members is always a dream I've been looking forward. In my role as general evaluator, as you all may know, or some guests may not be familiar, I observe the meeting very closely. I'm like an air traffic controller. I look at from the sky view and also what is happening in the ground level. So that activity started as soon as I logged in, and I've been anxiously waiting to see how things are unfolding. So I'll come back with a specific report on my own observations on the 3rd segment of this session. And to support me, I'm not alone. Like I mentioned, no air traffic controller works alone. So I have some good controllers with me, and they do very key roles in a Toastmaster meeting. When I say key role, the success of the meeting depends on their delivery and their execution of their roles. So the first role player I would happy to introduce is the timer. She's a deputy manager at Alliance with over 15 plus years of experience in the insurance domain. She loves movies and reading, and she's an integral part of Women Inclusive in Technology. I like that. And she also holds a postgraduate diploma in counseling psychology. Wow. A lot of 360-degree profile for a Toastmaster. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster and Jerome as the timer.
Thank you, sir. Greetings, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time all the speakers today, which includes prepared speeches, table topic speakers, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time that they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining depending on their speech. For table topics, the speaker should limit their remarks to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, we'll show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, will show the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I will show the red card. You will get a grace period of 30 seconds to wind up, for which the red card remains displayed until you finish and hand over the control back. We don't have the icebreaker session today. The individual evaluation should be between 2.
You got unmuted. You have to unmute.
Card. At 3 minutes, will show the red card. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Annie, for explaining your role very precisely. In Toastmaster meetings, we learn how to fix our glitches. And this is done very efficiently by the role taker or counter. And today, we are blessed to have a Toastmaster who just embarked on his Toastmaster journey. And professionally, she's a scientist working at the Kerala State Council for Science, Technology, and Environment. She's also a member of Women Inclusive in Technology. I find many of your members are part of this WE forum. She's she joined, I heard, is just a week ago, and I think it deserves a special round of applause. Let us welcome Toastmaster Geeta Dayal to share her role as the accountant.
Thank you, sir. Greetings, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, Mr. Johnson, sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geeta. And let me wish you all the best. You have done the right decision, and embarking on this journey is a non-stop journey, and you'll enjoy throughout your career and beyond.
Thank you, sir.
In Toastmaster meetings, we also try to enhance our communication skills, but also put focus on how we can do better in our language. We also get an opportunity to learn a new word. And today we have a Toastmaster who has over 2 decades of experience, which varies across starting up companies and being on the executive board. She's also a trainer and a coach and very passionate about mentoring. And I like that. Mentoring is a very important element in Toastmaster journey in developing others. Please put your hands together to welcome our grammarian, Toastmaster Rina Vivekanand.
Thank you, DTM Johnson Samuel. Good morning, Toastmaster of the Day Arathi, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian for today, I am vested with the responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to their language, take note of outstanding words, quotes, or sayings, or improper usage. It is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. Word of the day today is the 11th hour. So I will share with you what the meaning is and give you 2 examples. The 11th hour is an idiom. It means the last minute or almost too late. An idiom is a phrase that has a figurative meaning that is different from the phrase's literal meaning. The first example is, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes, go ahead.
I can't hear you. Hello?
Yeah, please proceed. You're audible.
Oh. I can't hear you. Hello?
We are able to hear you.
Okay.
Please continue.
The first example is, we only receive the signatures at the 11th hour. And the second example is, the union decided to call off the strike at the 11th hour. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. When called upon, I will share the grammarian's report. I'll hand over to DTM Johnson Samuel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, grammarian, for sharing the word of the day and explaining your specific role as grammarian for today's meeting. And that's what you have just witnessed is the key role players, the tag team who is going to support me in having a quality meeting today. With that, I'd like to take a pause and would like to give the control back to the Toastmaster of the day for this wonderful meeting.
Thank you, Gentle Evaluator DTM Johnson and the tag team. Now that we have heard all the rules and identified the role players that we need to watch for, let's get into the core of our meeting. We start today's session with a prepared speech. A prepared speech is where a member takes an objective out of the pathways that he or she has chosen and delivers a prepared speech for 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of the speech, the speaker will be evaluated against the guidelines that Toastmasters International has set. So before I introduce the speaker, let me introduce the evaluator for the speaker today. The evaluator today is Toastmaster Smita. Smita is the Director of Customer Success at Zafin. She is a software engineer by profession, but by passion, she is a dancer. She loves Zumba as well. And she's my go-to person for all the last minute help. Over to you, Smita, to explain your role as a evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi. Again, a reference to the last minute prep. My responsibility today will be to evaluate the prepared speech of the day by Toastmaster Radhika. The title for Radhika's speech today is Selective Hearing for Her Chosen Pathways Active Listening. And this will be her second speech for her second level. Toastmaster Radhika, an HR professional, a DEI enthusiast, and now heading HR in a company, Ozontel. She has over 20 plus years of experience working in Technopark, also a key part of the wing of Women in Technology, WE, a very old member of Toastmasters Club, Technopark. She's also part of Cooperative Hospital Society in Technopark. She believes in the power of collective, that each one of us can make a difference by being a jigsaw in a puzzle to create beautiful pictures in life. As an evaluator for her speech today, my aim would be to assess the speech, let her know what went well, and what are the few areas, if I could find any, that would need improvement. And I hope this will be taken as constructive comment, and you can incorporate these in your next speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Arathi.
Thank you, Toastmasters Smita, for explaining the guidelines and giving clear narratives to Radhika to perform her speech today. So today we decided that this meeting is going to be all last minute. And here is our next last minute speaker, Toastmaster Radhika. Smita has explained, introduced the speaker already and stolen my thunder. So all I can do right now is let's welcome the energetic and very smart HR leader, Toastmaster Radhika. Over to you, Radhika.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Arathi, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for this opportunity to present my speech. The other day, after a meeting we all attended together, a young friend of mine called up. She was clearly very upset, fuming to be exact. And we all are part of an interactive forum that is working on a project to address cyberbullying. The project is about creating safe and empowered spaces for all, women and other gender entities to thrive. The project group has a number of women from different walks of life, joining from different parts of the world, mostly Keralites, but very diverse in thoughts, experiences, and worldviews. You can imagine how it is. At times, it becomes a clash of titans. During project discussion, clash of ideas, different perspectives, different schools of thought, mayhem. In one of those discussions, our project lead said, girls, we are not moving. At this pace, we will not even complete the first project in the next 6 months. We are so all over the place. No sense of project management. This is where we women fail. We are all over the place. This is one thing we need to learn from men. Be focused, get going. Oof. All hell broke loose in that meeting because this girl suddenly became very sensitive. The young friend fumed. She said, come on, lady, that's a toxic sexist comment. With this attitude and bias, how will you empower women and other genders anywhere? You're pulling down people basis gender in this small group that is formed to empower and support each other in cyberspace. We are all in here because of our passion, stretching time beyond our day job, family, and other things we can do. This has to be an empowered space, not like the very blaming, shaming villas that we all are fighting against. What a toxic place. I can't stand this. I need a break. She just left. So I immediately sensed this is going to escalate into a communication fiasco. We all might have come across such communication fiascos in life multiple times in families, friend circles, and workspace. Communication fiascos. Why does it happen? Do you realize we all speak different tongues? Literally and figuratively. We all have our own tongues to communicate. Our language is processed in our brain. So every one of us use our own unique language, symbol. Even when we speak in Malayalam, dialects, slangs, nuances, meaning of words, all that differs. Some very endearing words that we call our babies in Trivandrum creates giggles up north. Endrapi, Bonjalaka Kudicha has been part of the entry scene of Jagadi in many movies, as you know. So how are we going to address this fiasco? That was the question that we were asking. The transmission loss into the language post. And this world becomes a Babel tower where people are blabbering, gibberish, nothing is getting communicated. Only a lot of words and noises in the air. So I was doing this project and I realized that effective communication has two aspects. Powerful, high on intent, genuine, original words of the speaker and keen listening skills. Removing the clutter of words and fine-tuning our ears to the crux and responding. So the pathway I chose was about persuasive influencing. So active listening is a major part of an area of improvement for me too. So let us look at what I have learned. So one, language barriers. The crutch words, the filler sounds in the speech. Yes, we all know as Toastmasters what that does to a speech. Then the third important aspect, unconscious bias and stereotyping, the inherent prejudices that we all harbor within us, the preconditioned notion, jumping into conclusion before the other person finished talking, forming opinions and making assumptions. All this leads to an acute listening problem in all of us. That is what we call selective hearing. So how are we going to turn this problem in its head to make it active listening, selective hearing to active listening? I'm forever in the process to train myself on this account. So fine-tuning my ears, not just to count the R's and ums and the crutch words, but also to maneuver through the mazes of sounds, to listen to the crux of what the other person is saying. Listen to the body language, tone, pitch, and poses, and also fine-tune to listen to the unspoken words. More importantly, I understand we need to learn the lexicon of the new language, the gender neutral language the new generation is speaking now. So that is more important now. It has become the need of the hour that we have to listen to the sensitivity and the spectrum of diversity that makes what we are and who we are. A very ambitious everyday improvement plan for me, sharing this plan with you so you become my accounting partners, accountability partners, and help me stay on course. And so, yes, we are all here to learn together and grow together, collective style. I love Toastmasters. So coming back to the incident narrated in the beginning, the fuming young girl, you remember, the firebrand and the seasoned project lead, they reconcile their differences over a cup of coffee. Spending time to understand each other's perspective, wading through the speaking and listening challenges, that is what we all need to do. After all, when the end goal is the same, creating empowered and equal opportunities, cyberspaces for all genders, imbibing the best practices from one another without being sexist is the way to go. Yes, all roads lead to Rome, but take the ethical route that is powered by gender inclusivity and human rights. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Radhika. What a power-packed speech. I'm sure everyone agrees with me. That was really great speech. And it underlines something that we talk about in Toastmasters. When you pick a topic that is very close to your heart, your emotions, the way you present it automatically comes. There is nothing for you to work on it. Wonderful speech, Radhika, and thank you for entertaining us and educating us on this topic. We all need to be inclusive and we all need to be aware of the unconscious bias that we have. With that, we move on to our next session, which is our education session. And today, to help us understand the nuances of pathways, we have a guest Toastmaster with us. Now, pathways for the guest and the new members is something that is prescribed by Toastmasters to have a structured journey within Toastmasters to improve your communication style, your communication level, as well as in between, it will also help you come up with your leadership skills. Now, today we have Toastmaster Bharatwaj from Koramangala Toastmasters, who has joined us to take us through this journey. Now, Bharat is an integration engineer in Taranto Technologies Private Limited, and his career in his road in Toastmasters has been very illustrious. He was the previous area director who won the Star Area Director Award for the program year 2021. He has received the Triple Crown winner 3 times. He's a Pathways mentor, and he is the best person, I would say, to talk to us about the how to make progress with Pathways. With that, may I invite our speaker, Bharatwaj, on to the spotlight. Over to you. Bharat, can you unmute? We are not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Yeah. So, $1,000,000 question in the online meeting. Am I audible and visible? Because nowadays, sometimes what it happen, I keep on speaking to my laptop screen. It knows very much about pathways than the guest who I'm going to take the session. So just confirming it, I'm seeing a smile and thumbs up. That means online audience is also able to hear pathways. Before starting with pathways and all the things, let us do a small warm up. What I want to do is like, keep your hands something like this. Come on, everyone, please help me. And whoever not in the video, I really request to please come on video, because that's why I feel like I'm not talking to letters which is there in front of me. Thank you so much. I can see so much of video coming up. So what you really want to do is like, shake the hands faster, I say. Okay, I'll tell pathways. So you want to shake your hands very faster that your hands should start paining. And whenever I'm telling yes, done, we can make it stop. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here you go. Pathways, 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 pathways. Stop. Done. This is how pathways will feel if you are not starting towards that. It will be very shaky and you will be so much of afraid when you want to approach pathways. Your VP will keep on telling, hey, Bharat, when are you going to give your icebreaker? And you will be thinking, what is icebreaker here? What is pathways? Is it like somewhere where I can walk straightly? Where it will lead? The road will lead to somewhere in Toastmaster, or the road will lead to somewhere a pitfall, or at the 11th hour, there can be any challenges. So much of question is coming in front of you, right? That's where I am here to deconfuse what this pathways is all about, why it was started in Toastmaster, and who am I to give this session. You should know, right? Okay, this guy doesn't know anything about pathways, then why he is coming in front of the screen and speaking? To all of you, I have completed 2 parts in total completely, and I'm in my 3rd pathways level 3. And my goal before 2025 is to cover all the pathways, whatever Toastmaster International is introducing. So that's how I love pathways so much. So I research a lot in Google, and lot of information about pathways we got. So first one, pathways was started by Toastmaster International to help young and budding public speakers to have a structured way. So what structured way is all about? I want to improve my public speaking. And how many of you here, please raise your hand. I joined Toastmasters just to improve my public speaking journey. Can I have a raise of hand, please? Yeah, I can see Prakash sir raising his hand.
Bharat, your voice is going down a bit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it better?
Very good.
Okay. And I see a lot of hands raising up for public speaking, right? So here, I think there is some problem with my audio device. Let me quickly change it up. Till that, what I want to do is like, write down all your questions related to pathways in the chat box. Please give me 2 minutes. I'll change my audio device. My dear Toastmasters. So this is one more tip for all of you. If you are going to try pathways in your online meeting, be prepared for all of these technical glitches. This can happen to you anytime, maybe in between a speech, it can happen. Or somebody at sometimes may come and tell, Bharatwaj, your speech was splendid, but we only heard good morning, my dear Toastmasters. People might come and say, please be prepared for it as well. Okay, I'm telling about pathways. So there are 11 paths. If you are a person who is really want to improve your public speaking skills, you have 2 paths which is like meant for you. The first one is like engaging humor, and the second project is for called presentation mastery. So all the level 5
in these two paths will really lead you to the road where you can become a seasoned public speaker, I can say. From my side, I have practiced engaging humor, and you can see here and there a lot of subtle humors that is coming in my speech. I developed that skill entirely with a path called engaging humor. So if you are a person who want to improve your public speaking skill alone in Toastmaster, your go-to path is this too. And how many of you here joined Toastmasters to improve leadership skills? Can I have a raise of a hand? Yeah, I can see some of you raising your hand. Thank you so much. So if you're a person who really focused on leadership, okay, we can define leadership in two ways, okay? Some of you here want to become a light leader. So some seasoning of public speaking also I need. And so there are 3 paths available. Please take a note of it. One is called leadership development. The second path is called motivational strategy. And the third path is called visionary communication. All these 3 paths, whatever I'm telling, will give you lot of nuances about light leadership and lot of nuances about public speaking. So it is a double dhamaka. You can get public speaking also. You can get a leadership flavor also. And some Toastmasters like me who want next level of leadership, and also I want to improve my public speaking, ready here and there. There is a path for you available as well. They are dynamic leadership, strategic relationship, team collaboration. I repeat, if you are a Toastmaster who want to improve your moderate leadership skill as well as public speaking, then your go-to paths are dynamic leadership, strategic relationship, and team collaboration. And there are some pro geeks like me who even want to go more in Toastmaster. We can see a distinguished Toastmaster here in the meeting room. He is a person who is the best example of strong leadership, right? He keeps on upskilling himself by going next level of leadership. So for you people, there are again 3 paths available, which is effective coaching, innovative planning, and persuasive influence. This 3 paths will nurture your leadership skill, whatever you have already, and it will add seasoning which you didn't have already, and you will really become an influenced and a strong leader. So we have 4 windows now. We have put all the 11 paths. It's that simple, my dear Toastmaster. If you want to improve only public speaking, then 2 paths: presentation mastery, engaging humor. If you want a flavor of double dhamaka, then you have to go leadership development, motivational strategies, visionary communication. If you need a triple dhamaka, then persuasive influence, team collaboration, dynamic leadership. And if you really want to be a focused person on leadership, then you have effective coaching, innovative planning as well. Now we saw what are all the paths that is there, but I am hearing many sound telling me, Bharat, I know all these things, I have chosen all the path, but the first speech, the icebreaker, I don't know how to start, where to start. And for you, there is a snowflake method available. So whatever you are listening now, maybe soon I'll try to show it in a presentation as well. So if it is something possible, then I'll show it at this meeting, or I'll share the presentation with you. You can have a walkthrough. So snowflaking method is very simple. If it is a first speech, then maybe you can start with your family, right? That is very easy because family is something which is near to you and ready to you. So you can really talk about families. So family, what you can talk, what your in your family everyone are doing, and what are all their names, and is there any special thing that is there about your childhood? You can definitely speak. So icebreaker, first tip number 1, you can speak about your family. Then you can speak about your job, right? That is again really simple. You can tell, yeah, in my job, I have cracked 1,500 programs and I have switched down this, that. That will really give you a lot of content. You can speak about your job. Third, you can speak about your education, right? Maybe you are a best outgoing student in your college, or you are a state rank holder, or you are an Indian rank holder. You cracked the NEET, lot of information available about your education. You can definitely share. Fourth, you can speak about your traveling experience, right? It will be again very personalized. It will be very easy to speak because the place wherever you go and the people whoever you saw, you will have a lot of information in your mind speaking about them. And 5, you can speak about your goals in your life. Why you joined Toastmaster or where you want to head towards your life. So starting an icebreaker now should not be a biggest question mark or should not stop you right away to choose some other path and go towards the pathways journey. So I am having one special offer or one special Amazon Prime Day offer for you. What is it? It's like whatever presentation I am sharing, I am giving you 60 ideas for icebreaker speech. And all the 60 ideas are unique. And please don't think like, okay, I have researched so much and presenting you with 60 ideas. I am a person who just Googled it, used those 60 ideas, and some of the ideas I attempted with my mentees, they are all success. So just I have picked from the Google, typing it for you, putting it as a nice link and giving you. So my work is simple. Just somebody did the work, I took and I got name. So don't think like I didn't do all this research. Every research are done already. I'm just taking and presenting. So there is an Amazon Prime Day offer, 60 ideas for your next icebreaker speech. Okay, now I started with the icebreaker. I can see a lot of sound or a lot of people telling, what is it really? How much speech I have to give in pathways? So in one pathway or one complete path, you have to give just 59 speeches. Now I can see so much of people. Oh, 59, huh? If I start now 1, 2 per 1 month speech, some calculation and all if you do, it will really go more than 3 years. But that is not that really tough. How many of you here know whatever I am speaking now, taking a session now, I can file it under pathways. There is a project where I have to do some research and I have to present. That is an elective project now. I have researched about pathways and I am delivering a speech now. Simple. You can go and you can file it there as an elective project. Like this, lot of ideas are there. So if you are a good debate person, you can lead a debate in your club, arrange a debate in your club, you can file it under a path. And if you really took a contest master role or a table topic master role, if you can say, there is a project called active listening in one of the path, you can file it. Like this, again, Amazon Prime Day offer I am giving you. I'll provide you a link that will tell you how you can effectively use Toastmaster life that is there and file lot of paths. And in level 5, everyone will struggle for sure because you have to do a project, you have to do a 360-degree evaluation, and you have to present a speech. There can be a simple one. You can pass all this information. Maybe you can introduce a role in your club called a Pathways Master. Tell whatever I am telling you right now in front of the meeting. Deliver all this and make sure 2 people are completing the pathways. Here 2 things will come. You can file your Pathways Mentor one and you can get a 360-degree evaluation. Icing on the cake, you can complete the path. Like this, my dear Toastmaster, look all the possible ways where you can speak and where you can file your Pathways awards. It is that simple as that and nothing difficulty in going towards the pathways. And here comes the interesting feature. which you all not known, or maybe few of you are already using, and few of you might be like thinking whether this kind of feature is there. How many of you here went to the Toastmasters portal and used Pathways Basecamp? Can I have a raise of a hand? Yeah. So how many of you here know there is a feedback mechanism that is available in the Basecamp? Do you know? Yeah, I can see Radhika ma'am raising her hand. Ma'am, just unmute and tell what that feedback option is all about, or have you used it already?
Hi, Bharatwaj. Actually, I came across this feedback option this morning when I was looking for my pathway evaluation form. And so realized that it is very useful. We can capture the feedback of every speech, every interaction, and then meeting wise. So it becomes recorded and then we can evaluate the trend. That also I have seen. And individual also will see the feedback, their improvement as we progress.
Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am. Yeah, let me add some seasoning to her point. So there is a feedback mechanism available in the Pathways Basecamp. So Toastmaster Arathi, one small help for me. So if you can go to Toastmaster website, open the Basecamp. In the meanwhile, I'm telling and share your screen so people can visualize. So sorry for the technical glitch I had with my laptop. So not sure it is not working properly. So I'm taking a help of you. So let me tell about this feedback mechanism. What you really can do is like after completing your speech, directly go to Basecamp to the feedback folder. You can see a module, just type your club member's name. Maybe you can type Arathi, ARA. It will give you Arathi's profile. You can request for a feedback. You can ask Arathi ma'am to evaluate your speech. Just call her and tell I have raised a request, and it will go to Toastmaster Arathi ma'am. Then she can open, she can type her evaluation completely and send back to you. So like this, whoever is there in your club, all 20 members, you want their feedback without even coming in the meeting or making some hurting feelings or nothing like that. It is just like reading a message. You can get all 20 members feedback for your path. And there is an interesting feature available as well. There are a lot of badges available in the same portal. So you can give a badge to a Toastmaster. Today, I can see Radhika ma'am's speech is really inspiring. Just I can go type in Radhika ma'am's name. There are a lot of badges available in the same portal. You can give a motivator or like challenger. A lot of badges are available. Pick it and give it to Radhika ma'am so that she can feel great. And as a club, collectively, what you can do, you can maintain a dashboard. So every month, present the dashboard, who is there in what path, what is the level that is achieved, and where they can go. There is a leaderboard, there is a template that is already available. I'll share it in my presentation. So you can have a view of how you can really improve on going towards your pathways journey. And even more, there are a lot of things available in each and every path. How many of you here know if you take one path and complete, you can get 300 competencies that you will pay in an MBA course or in a financial management course. You can learn that. Yeah, I can see a screen coming up. So can you please go to Pathways? Pathways, Basecamp. You can go in as like, go to Basecamp, yes. So just here, my feedback, there is one option is there. Can you please scroll and go? Click on that, yes. So you can see a drop down that is coming up. So just type somebody of your club member's name. Click search for users, yes. Yes, click on it. So you can ask for a feedback from the same person. So if you have your evaluation form attachment, you can attach it, just send it. So that Prakash sir will get a request. He can evaluate your speech and he can share his experience. And in the same portal, just type in somebody's name on the topmost search bar. The search bar that is correct. Go to Radhika ma'am's profile, click on her profile. So scroll a little bit down. Or maybe you can go to feedback and type in the same name. Click on the feedback one and then type the name in the search bar. Yeah, so you can see a lot of things, right? You can give a badge or you can give a profile, all those things. So this will be like little tricky. What I'll do in my presentation, whatever I'm sharing it with you, I'll demystify this very easily and give you. So this is how you can give badge to somebody, receive badge to somebody and all those things. And at the end, what Pathways can give you is like a very simplified life towards leadership journey and a public speaking journey. Lot of information, my dear Toastmasters. Whatever I'm sharing in a slide, there is one thing called Pathways Pointers developed by District 52. So it is a very small piece of information. It will be like drinking a booster, taking a booster dose. So read it daily and keep approaching towards Pathways. In the same presentation at the last, there will be my number. So if you stuck anywhere in your Pathways, if you're really looking for a mentor, or if you're really looking for a person like me, you can always reach out. And thank you so much. I think I have demystified Pathways a little bit, and sorry for all the technical glitch that was there. I will make sure that I'll correct all those things in my next session. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Arathi ma'am, for this opportunity. And thank you everyone for being a nice audience. I enjoyed presenting this session. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Arathi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bharatwaj. That was a very entertaining and educating session. I thought I knew a lot about Pathways, but your insights actually opened up my eye. And I think this 20 minutes was not enough. We underestimated your experience and your knowledge. I think we should have a follow-up session once we have one more grip and take a look at your presentation and then probably call you back. Thank you so much, Bharatwaj, for being a very good sport and coming here and sharing with us all the research that you have done and presenting it in a very light and entertaining way. Thank you so much. With that, I see that because of some technical issues, we have run a little behind schedule. If it's okay with everyone, I would like to extend the meeting for 10 more minutes so that we can include the table topic session as well. May I now invite the table topic session to be conducted by a topics master and a president Toastmaster Prakash. Prakash, probably we will have time to do table topics for 2 or 3 people, but we do not want to take away that experience. Over to you, Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi. I'll share my screen now. So just to give you an idea, table topics is an opportunity for you to do an impromptu speech. So we will just quickly. So who would like to go first? Can I call Toastmaster Jose to start? Hello.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah. Yeah, your topic is what do you enjoy, planned or unplanned trips?
Thank you, Tabletopics Master Prakash, for the question. Usually unplanned trips happens in my life because you cannot make an early planning because of the tight schedule of your work. We all are living in a very fast and very fast moving world. We are employed at different organizations where it is very difficult for us to sometimes plan in advance because we have to meet deadlines as Toastmaster, some Toastmasters were speaking here. We all have to meet some deadlines. For instance, in today's meeting, I heard a Toastmaster Arathi was saying, like in the last minute, the general evaluator has backed out. So we are living in such a world, and it is very difficult for a person to nowadays to plan in advance and go for a trip. Of course, planned trips are enjoyable in its own ways, but I feel unplanned trips gives you a kind of challenges and an adventurous kind of thing, and we can enjoy things in a more better way when you go for an unplanned trips. So planning, because it gives you an opportunity for when you go for an unplanned trip, it gives you opportunity to plan and get things in a very fast way, because you will get a very limited time. For instance, if you're planning to go outside of a country, and if you're making an immediate decision for a trip outside your country, you need to do a lot of things. So within that very limited time, your cognitive skills, your planning skills, your ability to plan in short run, everything will work out. And I think it gives you a lot of pleasure and lots of things that the skills also will get increased. So in my case, I enjoy going for unplanned trips rather than going for a planned trips. Thank you, and back to Tabletopics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jose, for that detailed account of what you like about it. It's very relatable. So who would like to go next? Can I call up some guests? Rajani, Harsha, Ajmal, would you like to go? Give it a try.
Prakash, you called my name. I'm sorry. I was actually having a little network challenge out here. It was raining quite heavily out here. So yeah, I can go ahead. No worries.
Okay. It's on my screen. Yeah, so work will expand to fill allotted time. This is one of the laws maybe that you come across from your managers. So what do you take on that?
Work will expand to fill allotted time. Work will expand to fill allotted time. Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right. So I'm not so familiar with this topic, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a try. And I could see a lot of familiar faces out here, like Annie and Radhika. So we all were colleagues. And yeah, not sure what should I talk, but yeah, I'll give it a try. I'm sorry, my screen is not. Yeah, so we all live in a society where we should be determined, or we should be judged based on the works that we do, or the kind of profession that we are in. So it can get connected with both our personal as well as professional life. And so aiming or trying to achieve something is properly time bounded, I should say, wherein each and every activities that we do is properly balanced between time and effort that we do put. And I'm not so sure, am I on the right topic, but I'll give it a shot, Prakash. It's quite extempore, something which I've not tried for quite a long time. Yeah. Yeah. So what my understanding is the time and the work requires a lot of efforts to achieve things that we are aiming to bring forward or put forward. I'm so sorry, guys. I failed you. I am actually in between other work as well. So I'm so sorry. I'll be prepared next time to deliver much more.
No, you can go on. There is a...
I am a recruiter, but I can talk about anything, but I should say I should be a little more topic oriented, but at the same time, I don't want to put you guys down, at least at this point in time, at this juncture. So okay, I can see the red. Thanks, Annie, for that. At least I made 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you. You did really well. I think I still remember I remember last time you came and talked.
We talked about this Onam, one of the cherishable, one of the cherished memories that you had during Onam.
I was the topic master.
Exactly. And I chose this tug of war, and I and Ashwin was there. So we both had a good chat, a good conversation, and yeah, it was good.
Thanks for attempting this.
Thank you very much. And thanks to you, Toastmaster community. I get to see Annie after a long time. Radhika, I met last time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, who would like to go next? Any volunteers? Any guests?
Let me try, Prakash. Just now here.
Just now. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, here is the topic.
I always choose a lazy person to do a difficult job because he will find an easy way to do it. Bill Gates. I think I will continue with the way Ajmal was going. I've never heard that before. But yeah, can you just put it on screen so that I can at least bring some things to try to get to a speech at least somewhere there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Prakash. I always choose a lazy person to do a difficult job because he will find an easy way to do it. This is the first time I'm actually hearing this. But to be frank, I think that's a nice thing to keep in mind. And next time I will try to find a lazy person to actually do a difficult job. I've never tried it out myself, you know, like there are always too many jobs that come in the way. We always try to find the good people to do it. But this is a different perspective, I feel. I've never tried to find a lazy person to do a difficult job that has come out my way. Usually I myself try to find a solution to it first. And only if I have my hands full, I try to find an external person to do the thing. But this puts things in a different perspective. Thanks a lot, Prakash, for the title. And I think next time I'm going to try this out. But I guess this speech should not go out, because then if I give the job to somebody else, they'll think, oh, she suddenly found me lazy and that's why she's giving me the task. So yeah, I need to be careful. Maybe the recording can be stopped in between. At the same point in time, I think it's a very good way of trying things out. And many times we feel like, you know, people are classified into different categories. Some we say, oh, she's very smart, or some we say he's a little lazy. Maybe we need to find things to boost him up. So maybe this is one of the way that we can think about how the inactive people can be made active. So I think the perspective is quite good, and I will really try it out at my end and see how many people actually jump up to the opportunity and take it and then try to prove themselves and do well. Thank you, Prakash, for the topic.
Thank you, Jasna. I was a little bit skeptical to give the topic to you. But anyway, I hope I was able to change your perspective. I'll go for one more topic. Aravind, I'm just calling you, and this is your topic.
Yeah, hi, Prakash. Thank you. So this is typically the Pareto principle, which says that 80% of the work which we do, ulta, the 20% of work which we do will lead you 80% of result. That is immediately taking my attention, probably, with respect to the topic which we have, to the idea of deep work. As professionals, we all engage in doing rudimentary activities as part of our day-to-day job. But there can be some craft, there can be some element which through our craft, we can make a significant impact to the people around us. So if it takes probably 10 jobs in which we are doing on a daily basis, maybe as a programmer, as an architect, as an L&D professional, as an HR head, there can be some key activities among that which can make a significant impact to the people around you. And if you're talking from an ROI perspective, there is this typical word known as return on investment. So the time which you are investing to complete an activity, what is the amount of output which you are getting back in return for the effort which you are putting in. So as a professional, it's extremely important for us to identify and prioritize those items which is really important and which is really impactful, which can really touch people's life. So let me take a pause here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prakash.
Thank you, Aravind. You have, as usual, you have given a really good speech about the topic. Thanks for that. And do we have time for another? Okay, fine.
We are behind schedule.
Thank you, everyone. Toastmaster Joe, Ajmal, Toastmaster Jasna, Toastmaster Aravind, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash, for the wonderful topics in line with the theme. And I see that you still want to continue with the session. I'm sure every one of us wants it, but for want of time, let us move ahead. Let me now get into the best part. We'll probably have to extend a little bit, sorry about that, but we do not want to miss the learning that we have from this meeting. May I invite our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Johnson Samuel, to share to conduct the evaluation session and give us feedback and learnings from this session. Thank you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Arathi. As mentioned by the TMOD, the evaluation segment is very important because this is a segment you get an instant feedback on whatever you have accomplished in today's meeting. To begin with that, let me straight go into the evaluation segment. The prepared speech was given, and we have a talented Toastmaster to evaluate the speech, and she has been already introduced. So please join me to welcome Toastmaster Smita to give the evaluation of the prepared speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Johnson, sir. Whoever said 11th hour preparation or last minute preparation is not the best way to go? Look at our Toastmaster Radhika, who did not even know until last night, 9 o'clock, that she was supposed to deliver a prepared speech today. Let's start by giving her a big round of applause. Okay, let me start with all the great things about Toastmaster Radhika's speech. The best thing about her is how comfortable she was as a speaker and how much she enjoyed delivering the speech today. Like I said, it did not even occur to any of us that this was a last minute prep. Absolutely not. Radhika, your speech was well organized and, like I said, very comfortable you were. And here is my set of noteworthy feedback comments from this big list that I have for you. Firstly, it was an attention-grabbing introduction. You had all of us listen in, not a single one of us were distracted or wanted this to get over so we can move to the next one. No, it was quite good. All the transitions were flawless. The conclusion was quite a memorable and thought-provoking one. And you had a continual smile throughout your speech. The space was used quite well. You did sit and you stood up and you used hand gestures to explain a few things. Great choice of words and idioms, I would say. Language and communication fiascos, mayhem, maneuvers, etc., to name a few. And how she can ideate, prepare, and deliver a speech in such short span of time. I don't think that many of us would be able to do that. Excellent speech clarity, clear language, and how easily it was understood by the audience. How you incorporated humor into your speech was also quite commendable. And I always feel it is more challenging to make someone laugh than anything else. Next, moving on to the most challenging one, how can you improve? One has to be quite picky to come up with areas of improvement for such a good speech. My first suggestion would be to practice your speech with the timer on. You slightly overshot, but with some more practice, you can be on the dot and finish it well within the allocated time. And a few areas I noted where the sound of your voice and emotion did not quite match what you were trying to bring up. One example where in your story, the scene was where you were narrating that somebody had to leave with disappointment. There also you had a smile on your face. And I feel that that was not the appropriate emotion at that point of time. You could have shown a little bit of disappointment or a shocked surprise on your face. And it will definitely help in assisting in bringing up the right emotion that you are trying to demonstrate. And another point, again, this could vary with different evaluators, is too many themes were incorporated into one single speech. The theme you wanted to talk about was active listening, but you tried to bring in gender bias, diversity and inclusion, and a lot of different things. I think these stole the importance of active listening here and there, and I felt you digressed a bit from the main theme in those areas. Please keep that in mind for the next one. Overall, the story was well told, powerful, and thought-provoking, like I said before. And in one line, if I got to tell you, Radhika, storytelling and public speaking is your forte. Keep that in mind. Thank you. And over to you, Evaluator Toastmaster Johnson, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smita, for taking an anatomy of the speech and giving insights with the sole purpose of motivating the speaker. Now, when it comes to evaluation, it is not only for the speaker, it is also give the opportunity for others who will be preparing their speeches in the coming meetings so that how they can focus and deliver a project in accordance with the requirements. Now, we have a team, which I introduced in the very beginning, very anxiously waiting to share the reports. So let me invite the first member of the tag team, the timer, to share a full report of today's meeting so far.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Annie here. In fact, this is my first time being a timer. So I was just trying to ensure that I'm keeping a time and also just trying to see I'm not missing a word that has been said, because that's the focus why we're all here. So as Aarti told, we are shot up by almost 5 minutes now so far. And the introduction went well within the time of around 25 minutes. Prepared speech just shot up another 2 minutes. And the session by Bharat, though it was very interesting, again, we didn't have enough time. We have shot up by 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And the table topics were well within the time. Only Ajmal had to take 19 seconds more. And that's all. So you're fine. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Annie, for the report. And let us go into the accountants report. Toastmaster Geeta, if we can share the report. I can see Toastmaster Geeta. Okay, please go ahead. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
The first speaker, Radhika, she has done wonderfully, but there is some deviation from the topic which she has chosen. And for the table topics, the first speaker has a filler words of +5. And for the second table topic speaker also, the speech was well done, but there was a filler word of +5. And the third speaker, he has done a wonderful job. And the repeated word was I. The filler word used was I. These were the observations what I found. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta, for sharing the detailed report. Now, as I mentioned in Toastmaster meeting, we learn how we can speak better in English. And today, to help us that, we have Toastmaster Reena going to share her report as a grammarian. You can unmute and speak.
Thank you, DTM Johnson Samuel. Today's session was power-packed with a lot of very interesting words and like icing on the cake, mayhem, stole my thunder, proponent, all hell broke loose, clash of titans, add seasoning, all roads lead to Rome. So that was really, there's a lot of vocabulary today. And with regards to the usage of word of the day, Arathi actually started using it even before the Toastmaster sessions happened in her email to, informing everyone about the Toastmasters meeting today. And she used the word once. And in terms of improper grammatical usage, there were a few where the subject word agreement was not very clear. Otherwise, it was all very good. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Johnson Samuel.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Rina, for the grammarian's report. I'd like to thank again the tag team for sharing their reports very precisely. Now, it comes to the general evaluators' observations. As I mentioned, the Toastmaster meetings makes us to learn how we can execute a program, a project, an event to the best of its requirements. Let me start from the beginning. The Sergeant Arms called the meeting and started. What I would suggest is if it is the acting Sergeant Arms, please mention that and do a quick introduction yourself. Mention that I am the acting Sergeant Arms, so and so, and then you can carry on. So the members and guests do know that you have taken up the role instantly. Thank you so much for taking up that role. Since we had a little bit glitches in the starting, one way of transitioning from the networking to the meeting is you can have a countdown timer. Being an online meeting, you can simply play a countdown timer for 1 minute. This will make the audience to settle down and finish their talks, and it will give a total silence by the time the 1 minute is over. And it will enable everybody that the meeting is going to start. So who are joining in during that 1 minute, realize that we are few seconds away from kickstarting. So this will help. And being an online meeting, I found it very effective, and I use it back in my home clubs. And you can have with audio or without audio, you can customize it to make it attractive. So you can have a timer with the theme of the day or the word of the day displayed. So people joining will refresh. Okay, we are going to enter the meeting zone. Now let us prepare ourselves. So we'll get a focus, and the Sergeant Arms can blast off with the full energy right at the 00. So that's something which you can follow. The meeting had a good architecture, meaning a Toastmaster meeting should be a good educational and learning experience for members and guests. So you had all the elements. You had prepared speech, you had a nice educational session on pathways, which is very timely, and the table topics and the evaluation. So I think the VP Education has spent an effort to make sure that the meeting has all the elements to make it a quality meeting. Good, that congratulations to the VP Education for making it to happen, and how the agenda to take care of all the requirements. The president started the meeting with power. One minor suggestion I would give to the president is there are many guests in the meeting. So you could probably go a couple of lines about what is Toastmasters International, when it started, how it is spread among the various countries globally, and how this club is connected with the Toastmasters District 121. So it will enable the guests and new members to understand how we are part of this a great organization, and it's going on for so long years. So that will give a good idea for the members and guests who might not have heard much about Toastmasters. So that's good to add in your speech. And the Toastmaster of the day has taken over with the full charge, as she has excelled in many roles, and I have seen it. I have witnessed it. I had the opportunity to meet her in the district recent conference in Bangalore. So the Toastmaster of the day, though the theme may not match with her style of work, but she has given a different profile of it and given a quick round robin to the members to share their thoughts, which is one way of engaging the members and bringing them close to the meeting so that she can have everybody connected. That was a good start and has done a great job throughout the meeting. The timer, the tag team members all did well. Just have one minor suggestion for the timer. It is better to have a standby color, which is usually used as blue. You can have a blue color and have a timer in the center. So you can display it. So the speaker may be joining from her mobile or from other devices. They can have the timer logged in their device. So it will be comfortable for them to speak, especially on table topics and prepared speech. So you can have a blue color as your standby color and blind your camera. You can just put a yellow sticky on your laptop. So only seeing the color card. So that will enable the speaker and you are already spotlighting the speaker and the timer together. So that will help to have a good visual engagement for the speaker to go on comfortably. And that's something which you can take care of it. The Tabletopic Master did a good job. He engaged the audience to make sure that they can speak comfortably. The only one suggestion is, since there are guests, give a quick introduction on the timing requirements again, so the audience knows that what are the minimum and the maximum. So some guests and new members may not be fully familiar. Give them a quick tip on how long they can speak, and they may understand the qualifying time better. Otherwise, all takers have done their job. It doesn't look like it is a last-minute assignment to anyone who is attending the meeting, though many has taken up the roles instantly, and some are done the role first time. So this is how the whole journey of Toastmastering starts. When you take up a role, then you feel comfortable, you enhance your skills, you enhance your role takers' responsibilities with some fine tuning, and next meeting, and you so on. And you will see the transformation of the club and as well as the members as you go on in your journey. And that's what enabled me. I joined the Toastmasters when I saw my kids attended the youth leadership program. And I was attending the finale and I saw my kids on stage performing. And I said, well, I should be part of this organization, and I stepped into it. I didn't get invited by a VP membership to join. So I voluntarily went and joined. And I had done years ago. That was the right start, and I still continue it. So the opportunities, and this is one organization, there is no retirement. I don't think there is any organization allows you to work. You can reap the benefits as much as you want and as long as you can. So enjoy the journey with the Toastmasters, bring more members and guests, let them get a flavor of what it can do. It will definitely aid you in your professional career as well as in your personal life. And I would like to especially congratulate the educational role presented today. With all the issues still delivered, a very successful and immediately quickly swifted to get the TMOD to connect online. That one single screenshot of how the feedback is done is the takeaway for today. Even if they missed any other part, they will never forget how feedback can be given. So you really managed your cruise very well and delivered what the intent of your educational project. Continue doing the same, spread the word across so that we can attract more members. And with that, I would like to thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Arathi, for inviting me, and good to see of this technology and Technopark Toastmasters meeting live. And thank you for being with me throughout this session. Back to the Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Johnson Samuel, for a wonderful evaluation. That itself was an education session for us. Thank you for taking time out of your busy Saturday and spending time with us and sharing your Toastmasters in knowledge with us. Thank you so much. With that, I come to the end of my role. I'm so happy that we had a very good meeting, last minute or not, 11th hour or not. We pulled it through, and that is what we engineers are famous for. With that said, I would suggest, if you have an option as a VP Education, I'm highly dissatisfied with the preparation that we are doing. Team, this is not what we want to do. We want speakers to be prepared, speakers to have iterations of practice with their mentors, and I will not allow this in any of our meetings going forward. We can pull off last minute plays, but let that not be a habit. Let that not what defines us. Let us practice and be perfect. Let us be prepared. Let us not stress ourselves into last minute holes. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful meeting today hosting this, and I hope you had a great meeting as well. With that, I hand it over back to the President, Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi, for that nice meeting. Let us first vote for the best role players. I'll share the link. Please take a time to vote. Oh. Yeah. So it was such a wonderful topic, and the way that Toastmaster Arathi conducted was really awesome, as usual. You have been such an inspirational leader for all of us to look up to and learn from. Can we take some time to hear from the guest? Guest, would you like to unmute and give your opinion about the session?
Hey, hi, Prakash. I would say that, and I have another meeting. I have to jump into it. It was quite amazing, I should say. I have never seen such a vibrant crowd. I mean, last time it was a little more crowded, but this time it was quite composed and everything was properly managed. And I absolutely love the way that everybody have presented themselves and everybody have played their role. I mean, they did justice to their responsibilities, I should say. And I absolutely love to be a part. Really, really looking forward.
Okay, thank you, Ajmal.
Thank you.
So, Rajani, would you like to? Hello, Priya.
Hi, so this is my first Toastmasters meeting that I'm attending, but I enjoyed throughout. I enjoyed all the sessions and looking forward for the future sessions. If I'm available, I'm planning to attend all the future sessions of Toastmasters. Thank you all. It was wonderful.
Yeah, you can contact us and you can join the club also.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, hello. I too thoroughly enjoyed the session. There were a lot of new words and new idioms I have learned, and I really would like to join for future meetings. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Rajani. Harsha.
Hello. Yeah, so this was quite interesting for me as well, because I joined this meeting for the first time. So got to learn many different concepts and also words, and the confidence in each speaker motivates me as well to give a try in the upcoming sessions. So I would also like to join more sessions. Yeah. Thank you.
I think it's really nice and great to hear from the guest such a wonderful word. So you can reach out to us. We have meetings on alternative Saturdays, second and fourth Saturday, 11 to 12:30. So the meeting will be in this format. Yeah. So with that, I would like to first of all thank DTM Johnson Samuel for taking time to attend the meeting and give a very detailed general evaluation about. I mean, that's like Toastmaster Arathi said, that itself was a really wonderful session about how we can give general evaluation, and the way that Toastmaster Bharatwaj conducted the pathways session. It was, I think, it answered lots of questions for us. And thanks once again to Toastmaster Bharatwaj for that session. And Toastmaster Radhika, that was an wonderful speech. As usual, you inspire us and give a lot of new information to us. And finally, once again, thanks everyone for this meeting. Let us quickly go to the, let me take the voting. Okay. Yeah, Arathi,
Yeah.
are you able to
Yes.
look at
The best role player for today is our veteran Toastmaster DTM Johnson Samuel as his role as a general evaluator. We also voted for the best table topic speaker. The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Jasna. Back to you, President.
Thank you. With that, we have reached the end of our meeting. Let me conclude this meeting officially. We can stay back and network.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, President. Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi, for a great opportunity to be a part of this segment, which I've been thinking for some time. Things do happen sometimes accidentally, but it happened for good. So I'm delighted. Thank you.
Absolutely.